Tavita Totola. Poor man. Sorry, I saw you, Tavita, in there. Welcome, legends. 66 in the chat already. This is hectic. So, we're going to check out these teams when they come in. Let me know if you can all hear me. Well, the teams are out now. How I'm going to go, guys, we'll go through each of the teams lists one by one. Have our little bit of chat on those guys and the potential trades this week, the ramifications on each squad as well, and have some hope that a few of my guys are in there. Doueihi, welcome. All right, who they got on the list there? We've got Cotter on the front, Madison and Adam Doueihi. Ooh, scary times. All right. All right. How are you all, by the way? Let me know in the comments how you doing. Great to have you all in here. Swish bloody sure. C-O-U-N-T-O-Y. All right, let's start up top. Firstly, with the Eels. So click the team list and another list come up. Good on them. Thanks for coming, guys. Appreciate all of you. This is cool. We've got so many people in here already. Ain't that some shit? Oh. Eels will Ryan Madison back from his grand final suspension and will be a welcome addition for the Eels. Matt Doueihi moves to the bench. Moves to the bench? What? Doueihi to the bench? He's not even out? It just seems a bit ridiculous to me. What are you guys' thoughts on that one? That seems crazy. Surely, yeah, well, we didn't hear any real injury news, did we? So that's a bit crazy. Does that mean we get to see another price rise out of him? Very, very interesting there. Surely he's out. KS7HD on you, Jamie. Thank you very much. Sammy, yeah. Yeah. Wow, Madison into that spot, eh? Crazy. Well, yeah. Red Dot would have been okay to do some. Yeah, surely he's laid out. They play first, right? So he's not recovering from that. That would be crazy. Yeah, I still think he's a trade out. Like he's gonna have a low break even, but that's nothing crazy you need to look at here. Of course, my internet's decided to die just as we decide to go live. Amazing. Thanks so much, Corey. Is that right? Kari. Let me know how I say that one. It's Kalamantangi goodbye for the gun edge forward. He is going to be great no matter what. So, yeah, he's going to be awesome for your squads there. I'm personally not too worried about him in this one. All right. What do we got here? All right, let's go into... Oh, it's just the NRL side. Of course it is. All right. Well, let's wait till that loads here. And let me know any of the team list, guys, because we are struggling here. Cotter's out, Sean. Wow. Okay. Aubrey says, get hyped. Dragons on top. Hell yeah. Tavita, heaps of problems in my team. Can't wait for the stream. Thanks, Tavita. Matty, what's the call? Trindle or no Trindle? I don't know. Is Trindle out, guys? The whole thing's just crashed on us. Of course, the week that I want to go live, that it just crashes on us. Cleary out. Bloody hope not, Connor. If he's out, I'll lose my brain because we need about 17 trades. Ain't that some shit? All right. Looks like I'm in now as well. Okay. Cool. Let's go through the Eels. So, all right. Do we start fullback? Laurie, 14. Oh my god. Okay, let's just go through these and then I'll react to everyone as we go along. So Cartwright keeps his spot. So that's good news for him. Is he a trade-in? Look, potentially, probably gets another couple of weeks from him. But yeah, he's pretty expensive now, so he needs to average sort of 50 plus for you to absolutely kill it. Cleary is named. Whoever was that in there just scared me. Kick him out, please. Eels guys, yeah, not too much other than Maddo back. Is he a buy? No. Leave him out of your side. Brendan Hands. Don't know who that is, but we'll find out. Let me know in the comments who he is and what position he's going to play. So that's that. Jake Yartha after in the 18. In terms of the Panthers, guys that we're looking at potentially buying, there's not really a lot, to be honest with you. Mitch Kenny, I still see as a solid option, guys, in that tough hooker position as a nice backup. You know, no one really having Brandon Smith anymore. So I think Mitch Kenny could be a solid one as well there. Liam Martin, people looking at there in terms of the interchange, all looks the same. Hosking still in the 19. Garner, if you hold on to him, awesome stuff. Okay, Storm and the Tigers there. Yes, Warbrick's named. Thank God. All right, who's in there? We have no Jennings on the reserves. That is great. Jonah Pezzett in the 22. Grant Anderson. Okay, Warwick's going to keep his spot. That is huge news. Huge, huge news. Leroy, Katoa in their spots. Harry Grant's still there. Awesome. Okay, so it looks like they've named the same. I doubt much changes in this squad heading into one more one more chances for sure. I just have so many other trades to do in this one. So you're looking at the Tigers there. Adam is going to be playing in the one. He does have what it sounds like to be turf toe, guys, and what that means is he's obviously dug that into the turf there, and he's done ligaments and stuff in his big toe. And what that does is reduce explosiveness, which is not great. And he's moving to fullback where he isn't going to get those kick meters that he would normally get. I don't know really why they've done this. They got Staines on the bench there. They're playing Dane Laurie at 14. I think that's absolutely disgusting. So, what are they going to do? Does that mean like if Laurie stays at 14, then does that mean Doueihi's there long term? He clearly is a trade out going forward if that's the case. It's very very frustrating. I don't like it at all. You got Bateman starting for Nuapole. He's on in the 13 role as well, and you got Clem and Utukamanu. I wouldn't be grabbing Utukamanu guys, but yeah, that's what we're talking about here. Joe Fengawe just mustn't be right because he's played limited minutes in all of the games so far. He was such a mainstay in their side. He could get really, really cheap. Obviously, not playing isn't going to help him there. But yeah, the big news in this one is obviously Munster's back with Husey is named as well. So I think, is he fighting his charge? Is that correct? Yeah, judiciary. So if he is unsuccessful, he won't be able to play. Pezzett will come back into the team. So that's that. Okay, Dolphins and the Broncos. Interesting news here. Obviously, Hammer in that spot. You got Katoa and O'Sullivan. Cody Nikorima stays in the 9 jersey with our boy Jeremy Marshall King still out. Connolly Lemuelu gets the edge spot anyway without Felice Kafusi. So Kenny Bromwich is actually named in the 10 jersey. So I think Connolly is a great option for your centres this week and potentially going forward. Let's have a little read of what they're saying here. He's obviously got the potential, 3 weeks out in the sideline, 4 weeks if he gets it wrong, I believe. Obviously he missed 4 games, so that's that. Jared Wallace returns in this one. What happens there? Who moves? Who moves out of this? Who's out of the starting side? Bromwich and who was starting, guys? Let me know in the comments who was starting in. Was it just Wallace starting? Really interesting. They must obviously like Lemuelu in that spot, so I think he's a solid option for your squads. Reece Welch, still a great option, team. You got Billy Walters and Pakes, standard, normal there. Carrigan Haas. Cool. Nothing changes really for the Broncos, which is good news. Cowboys and the Titans there. Tom Chester in the 1, thank goodness. Last thing we want is any changes here. Reece Robson is there. Griffin Neem in the starting jersey. Hanan Luki on the bench again there, which is good. On the Titan side, Fafita's still sticking around. Randall there, he looks like he'll be there long term. He's a little bit expensive for me, Randall, if you're looking at him. Tanner Boyd, I think you just hold this week and make your decision on him next week. Cowboys weren't that great last week. He could potentially come out and kick a lot of goals there as well. Big one with the Cowboys, with Neem starting, is that Cotter is out. So what are they saying on Cotter here? Ruben Cotter, nothing there to say really. Good news that Mitch Dunn's made his return to the field. So Cotter, I think with him out this week, we need to find out a bit more information on him. But if he's gone longer term, really he wasn't scoring great anyway, and it could be an opportunity for you to trade him out of your side. Options for him to trade him out for, we'll go through with Scoop tonight in our video and talk through all of those good options for you. In terms of the bunnies there, we've got Isaac Thompson still sticking that side, which is great. Jacob Host. Oh, where's the Cheeks? Cheeks is on the bench. He's someone that I was thinking about picking up on my side this weekend. That makes it tough to do so. Oh, wow. How are we going to play this? How are we going to play the Dewey situation? I was looking at Wolford starting, is he? Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Cheekham, I was thinking about picking him up with all the injuries that they have. So let's look at this interchange now. So Host comes back in a nice boost for him. So Luca Fafita is going to start with Tommy Burgess there. They've got Davy Wiley, Jed Cartwright, Cheekham. I'd imagine Cheekham's going to play a lot through the middle now, guys, and you'd imagine Cam Murray plays big minutes. Thing is with Jacob Host is that he can play the big minutes there for sure, but will they do that game one? Will he get like a 65? Cheekham plays a bit of middle, bit of edge. That's probably the way that they'll play this. So I was very interested in that Rabbitohs side, and it looks like it doesn't offer us too many options in the end there with Cheekham back to the bench. If you own Cheekham, obviously wait until game day to make your decision on if you're going to play him or not. I still think he'll be able to score okay, but he won't get that natural 40 plus, unfortunately. Yeah, I was targeting him, Murray. Okay, Eagles side of the ball. Trebojevic is there. He's going to be a great pickup. We'll speak about him, myself, and Scoop there. And Cola still a great option, guys. DCE, I'd assume that was a bit of an anomaly for him. He does have Schuster to take a little bit of the attacking, a little bit of the ball in attacking zone. So be aware of that if you're thinking about DC. I think there are better options at this point. Okay, 200 on the live. Yes, lads. Thanks for being here. Sean Kepi, still a good option, guys. He's still fairly cheap. Lucky we get 4 trades this week. That would be nice. When does that come into play? After round 6 or 5? 6. Not sure. Can't remember. I did those videos so long ago with all the trades. We'll have to check that out. For anyone who has it have it remembered off the top of their head, that would be cool. So all the news on the Bunnies, guys, if you weren't sure, Shaq Mitchell looks like he's going to be out for close to 2 months. Tavita Totola, 3 to 4 weeks, most likely, with his MCL strain. So that's pretty normal, 3 to 4 weeks. And they got Jaime Sele, who's going to be out this week and potentially longer, depending how bad it was with him. And that's what's happening with that squad at the moment. Warriors, we get Jackson Ford back in the starting side. That's very exciting. Charles Cookster is there as well, which is great. Obviously, if you picked up Tane, then you're not too excited about that, but he's in the reserves if anything does happen with this. Thank you so much, Jay, for the love there. rounds 1 to 6. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, I thought it was round 6 or 7 there. 4 trades would be nice. Okay. Warriors. So Tamani Martin, clear hold this week, play him in your wing fullbacks again. If you would like to, Jackson Ford, he's still a great option to start this week, I would say, 30 plus at a minimum, especially better than a lot of the other potential players that we can have in our sides. In the Dogs there, we have Hayes Perham and Paul Alamotti, who are doing great in everyone's side at the moment. If you own him, Sutton's going to be the slight worry here. What we're looking for is Tavita Pangai Jr., and we don't see him this week. Raymond Fatale-Marata named in the 13 role again. Okabor on the interchange with Jaden Tanner, Farmanu Brown, and Corey Waddell. Reserves, you still see Joshy Reynolds in there as well. So Joshy Curran in the 18 reserve jersey, so not excited to pop him straight back in. Another week for TPJ, which is obviously good news. I think you can clearly hold Ryan Sutton this week, guys. Was rumored TPG out for 8 weeks. Andrew Griffiths. Wow, that's that'd be a lot. And a clear reason to hold Ryan Sutton, and you can go from there. Jay just asked there. I'll get into all your questions in a sec, guys. Just keep asking them, and if you do have a look up in the comments thread there to see if anyone's asked you a question, just to make things a little bit easier for me. But thank you so much for being on this live, guys. 218 might be my record across the seasons here, so thank you again. Okay, Knights v Raiders. Lockie Miller is there, which is good. Gamble Hastings. Greg Marzou is back. So he has taken the spot of our boy Dom Young. So crazy. So it shows what happened. I don't know why. It still kills me to this day why the rule is that they all sign their big contracts at the start of the season, or they have talks and whatever pre this season for next year or during the season. I just think it's so stupid. They can do that so much better. Still no signs of guys like Adam Elliott, guys. Thomas Kant moves to the Roosters reserves there. Okay, Crossland goes back to 14. Jaden Brayley is back, which is good news for him. Leo Thompson in the 10 role, guys. So Kurt Mann back in the 13 with potential news that Daniel Saifidi may be out. He has been named, but I still think that Leo Thompson will play good minutes, but I think Mann will get that 60 minutes. And we'll go from there on that one. So looking at the Raiders there, on their side of the ball, we have James Schiller and Albert Hopewadi, both named now. So their backline is getting worse and worse in terms of injuries as we go along. Harley Smith-Shields, I think he's a hold this week. You could potentially trade if you need to. But in that tough centre position, I think that it's pretty easy to hold him this week. Jamal Foggs, he's still a solid one to own at the moment. Josh Papali'i is back. So very exciting for the Raiders packed. Lemuelu is an amazing option. Says up the Dragons. Yeah, I agree with that this week. and it might be a good option or a good way to go from one of those cheap guys that are really struggling up to someone like him, for example, there. Okay, what else would you say with these forwards? You got Joe Tarpany, who's going to be continue to do well. Hudson Young, I think he's going to balance out his price point here in a second. And good news is that. Bad news is they have a buy in round 8, so that's getting closer, and I think that needs to come into your calculations for sure. Haas over Robson, Jay. 235, 238 on there. Thank you so much for being on this live, guys. Get around that chat, get amongst each other. I really appreciate you all for being here. Zachy Wolford, of course, he's into that 9 jersey. They hate Tom Starling playing big minutes. So a good, at least we find out now, at least Starling doesn't play a week or two at 80 minutes, and then he absolutely kills us. And we know what the man Ricky can do to us. So that's that. Avoid Starling for now, guys. He had that big game last week, and he's pretty expensive, up around that 600K mark. All right, Dragons v the Sharks to finish things off here. Tyrell Sloan, still going to be a solid option, guys. I definitely think. He's not super expensive. He comes up against a tougher Shark side, and thankfully, Nico Hines is named. Yay! Braden Trindle in the interchange. No. Means he's still going to make money for you, so. That means he's not a trade out this week. Connor Tracy is in the reserves instead of Braden. So let's see how Braden comes out with his ankle injury. He played way too good. So I think Trindle can keep, you can stick him in your squad. If you need that cash this week, then go for it. But there's every chance that Moylan or Heinze could do a little mini injury or something like that this week, and Trindle still goes back into that starting side. So congrats, all Trindle owners. You guys win. I lose this one. I hang my head in shame. Teague Wilton is in as well. New Zealand Snipes Gaming, great to catch you live, JB. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Teague's there. Britton and Nakora both doing well at the moment. Even Dale Finucane's done a great job so far. Ben Murdoch-Masila has been named in the 11 jersey, so that's good news for us. But how are they going to play this one? Is he going to get hooked again after 40 minutes, or is he going to play some big minutes? Early spell for Hines if they're dominating. I agree with that. Will they dominate this game? I'm not sure. Dragons have been pretty good. Yeah, I wanted Trindle out as well, Xavier. All right. I'll get into your questions in a sec, team, and we'll fly through those. I'll be here for a while, guys, so don't stress too much. I'll try and hang here for a good 20, 30, 40 minutes there answering the questions after I get through these. So again, appreciate all you guys for dropping in and seeing this live, especially when it's work time for a lot of you and school time and whatever else. And so again, big thank you again. Charles Sloan, so he's there. Good. Metal Pasilla. Jack Bird, still a good option, guys. How they're going to play it. Interchange isn't anything different, so he should be still fine. I doubt there's going to be any laid outs. We said we've got Heinze back. I'd probably hold off on Nico at this point with their buy in round 6. Is probably the way to go. Oh, alrighty. What do we got here? Is that it? That is it. Okay, cool. Let's get into your questions. Thank you so much again for getting around us here. All right, so let's scroll it down slowly. What do we got here? Yeah, so Keely says, I'm going to keep Trindle here, which is going to be good. Why is this not loading our comments? All right, I'll just ask them if they're going here before those comments come back in. So we got, all right, let's have a scroll on my phone. So what do we got here? Should I do Suali'i and Egan for Martin and Farnworth? I still think Suali'i is a hold. Are you talking about Egan Butcher? Egan Butcher is definitely an out in this one, which is good. I think you should trade him out. You can definitely do other trades in this one, but I think it's fine to move on from him. Those trade-ins are okay. Is it a little bit reactionary to trade out Suali'i? I think it definitely can be. Warbrick to Sloan is okay. Fella Nico. Warbrick to Sloan is definitely going to be okay. For those that are asking that question, you need to have some cover if you're going to do that for sure. All right. Cool, guys. I'll try and answer all the big questions here. I've gotten a lot in there, so I really appreciate all you guys for doing that and jumping into those questions. Let's go to a little bit earlier with what we've got here. Really love content. Listen to all your helpful videos. Thank you, Brendan, for that. Is Aiken a buy? I wouldn't be buying Aiken at the moment. Let's avoid him at this stage. He had 2 really poor games in the first few weeks and then had come out and had an awesome one this week. They have a tough one against the Broncos this week. I'd be holding that at the moment. Egan Butcher to Bird so far is for Troy. Well done. I think I like that. Jacko asked, so are we all deleting app this week, guys? Yeah, that Butcher's definitely a sells, Alessio. All right. Junior, Bird versus Ewan Aiken versus Lemuelu. I think it goes Bird, Lemuelu, and Aiken. That's just the clear winners for that there. I'm just going to move you to the other side so I can see all your comments. I haven't done a little live on here in a while on the computer. Robson to Grant. No, I wouldn't be trading out Robson. That's for sure, guys. Don't be doing that. That would be silly in this one. Poor off. I love him as a player. Yeah, very strange how that's end up working out, guys. Asu Kapoa buy it or average of 40 with the duel. He's not starting, man. Isaiah Papali'i's back, so I think you need to avoid Asu Kapoa at this point. Up Boyd and Egan Butchers to Reynolds and Smith Shields. I wouldn't be bringing in Smith Shields, man. So pick another option like Sloaney or something like that. But centre is a tougher position. You really have to go all the way up to someone like Lemuelu or something like that in the centres, or the Hammer. The name Kafusi. Yeah, they actually named him thinking they'd get off. Maybe. See how they go. It's crazy. It's a big downgrade. You get 3 weeks, and then it's like if you overturn it a little bit, you get downgraded, then a fine. So 0 weeks and then 3 weeks. Crazy. If Warbrick's starting, are you using both trades? Hell yeah. I'll be using both trades this week. I want like 3 or 4. If Warbrick was out, I would have needed 3. It would have been really upsetting the way I want to do it. But thankfully, guys like Cheekam, for me anyway, are on the bench. Trindle on the bench. But yeah, Doueihi's a bit of a worry. I'm definitely stressed about him. So let's talk about him briefly here. Adam Doueihi at the fullback position doesn't score as well. We lose the kick meters out of him. Tigers aren't playing well in general. His tackle numbers are going to be down. Running numbers will be the same. I really think he can get just as many tackle breaks and offloads in the 6th position as what he can get in the fullback position. And, try assists and tries, I think, doesn't really change too much. So I really think that it's a big worry keeping Doueihi long term. I think we can definitely watch him this week, but there's just the positional change and then the turf toe issues that NRL physios come out, especially the Patreon members. So guys, if you want to join his Patreon and get all of his information straight away, you'll get like a snippet from me, you'll get a snippet from other people, but all the best information is going to be from his Patreon. So jump in there, that would be cool. But yeah, that's the big worries about Doueihi is the position and then the injury. So it definitely reduces some of his explosiveness and stuff like that. Yes, that's Adam Doueihi. Let's talk Doueihi now. So he's the next guy that people are asking questions about. I'm seeing here, and I think you can hold this week if you like. Coming off the bench, with his low break even still. Does anyone check? Can anyone just pop in the chat there what Doueihi's break even is? If anyone knows, that would be cool. Then we can discuss that. But it's going to be low enough for him to make some cash, a little bit, tiny bit. But if you want to trade him out, okay, he's 13. Thank you, Trent. So a 13 break even. If he gets sort of maybe he gets 50 minutes off if he does play, but if he's carrying a bit of an injury, we're slightly stressed about him as well. So, okay, we've got 8s and 13s. Which one is it, 8 or 13? It might be 13 on footystats.com. Is that right? Doueihi in the middle would be okay as well. That's pretty good thoughts, Casey. Doueihi will play the minutes Murchie usually does up the middle as Murchie is out. Okay, the break even. Okay, Boogeyman, can you please stop? I'll have to kick you out if you keep putting 8. Thank you. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, that's that one here with Doueihi. If we're looking at someone like Connolly Lemuelu, I think he's going to be a solid one, guys, to pick up this week. Has the dual position. Looks like he's going to get 3 or 4 weeks there on that edge, potentially longer. They seem to really like him. He created a nice try on the weekend. He was pretty low in his scoring for a lot of the weekend, but if you liken him to a lot of the centers and the wing fullbacks out there, he's playing that center position for fantasy. So that can happen sometimes. Other times he'll get really good base stats on that edge and do a good job for you. But he has the Shane Boogeyman. He has the opportunity to come out and get some good base stats and then potentially get some attacking stats as well. Wolford starting, yeah. So the Starling one, guys, avoid Starling at all costs now when you've got Wolford starting in that 9 position. Marzu could definitely be a great pickup. He's very expensive, so that's something annoying. Lemuelu is pretty low as well. No, it's not 30. Definitely not 30. I don't think so. It should be a little bit lower than that. How much money did he make last week? Just for those guys that are in there. Forwards backs, I think you got to hold forward guys. With him starting, you could definitely play him in your 17 this week, especially if you've got a few guys out. The other good strategy to look at this week is if you can get rid of some of the dead weights in your squads, I think that would be a good idea heading into this week. Options that can be removed for dead weight are guys like Tommy Talau, Ben Messi doesn't look great, but I think he's going to he's going to play the next few games. He's still starting. He could come out and get a 30 or 40 with a try, so he could be someone that you look to move on this week for sure. Um, yeah, they're kind of the main dead weights. Obviously, if you've got a few guys that aren't really even playing or haven't played all year, it could be a good time to downgrade someone and upgrade to a Sloan or to Lemuelu or to Bird or something like that week to week. Oh, is Kapoa starting at center? I did not see that. Sorry for that. At center, he could get you like a 15 or he could get you like a 45. So if you want to, I think it's a risk, man. I don't see him being in the back row at all anymore. Thanks for your videos, Jay. Appreciate it. All right, what do we got? Captain this week. Cleary could still be a great captain. So with him going back, guys, I think the rest is going to be great for him and their team. I think they'll come out a much better squad this week. Lemuelu is in the other spot there, Kane, and Kafusi's fighting for it. So either way, Lemuelu is going to play this week in that edge position. And if Kafusi's out, then Kenny Bromwich will just come back onto that left edge and Lemuelu will go on that right. So that's that there. In that one, Cleary's still a great captaincy option. I think there's a little bit of a stress there. I personally am going to be, I think I'll likely go for Haas or Carrigan. Sorry, Haas or Murray. I keep hoping that Carrigan will get into my sides for sure. Let's speak about Blory as well. So Sean Bloor on the bench. He did get some decent minutes last week. I doubt he's going to get huge minutes going forward with Papali being back in the side. Blory is definitely potentially he is a sell as well. Could hold him. You're not going to stress too much in terms of him losing plenty of cash, but I think you can wait on that one. Someone like Anna Reynolds is going to be a good option for your sides team. I think that he's a player that is going to come out and be really consistent while the Broncos are playing well. So that's a good guy to have in your squad. If you're looking for a straight change from Doueihi, he's going to be good. Someone like SJ is on my radar. I could potentially downgrade to SJ from Doueihi, potentially. I could go from Egan Butcher straight to SJ. I could then upgrade one of my cheaper guys to a Lemuelu, something like that. That's generally where I'm thinking at the moment to get a safer edge. Let's say that. We got Big Papa. Big Papa's back. Yeah, rest in peace to Trey Mooney. That's for sure. What else we got? Okay, we're back to where we were before. All right, we're just selling RFM, even though he's getting huge minutes at the Dogs. If he's not scoring well enough, I always see him as a better edge for fantasy. So I think he's a good sell at the moment. Make sure everyone gets Preston. I think that would be the best way to go from him. If you don't have him, then you need to sort this out. Maddie loves the early video. Can never make the later ones on a Tuesday. Butcher and Doueihi to either Lemuelu and Reynolds or Walsh and Johnson. I think both those are good, man. Whichever pair you like better, that's going to work best. Doueihi fullback is still we spoke about him. Who should I get for 750k? There's a lot of guys under there. I think guys like Carrigan, Tohu are all above that now, but guys like SJ are going to be sold this week. Unfortunately, he's not going to be too limitedly owned, low owned. Won't have a low ownership anymore. Matt Burton's a sneaky one as well, but losing the goal kicking is tough for sure. And he did score a try, so he's not going to do that every week. Definitely think he's on the improve anyway. Now Butcher to Ford and Boyd to Haas. Yeah, if you can do that, okay, that would work. To hold. Either way, I think Deacon, because we spoke about that just before. Trindle on bench, yeah, happy days for all you guys, eh? C&K, is he a hold? I think he's a hold, man. You could play him this week. Thoughts on Cardi's minutes? I think he should play the 80. I'd imagine Madison goes from the edge to the middle. Spends a bit of time at both. Probably gets close to 80 minutes, Madison, in his return. Munster's back. Happy days for Johnny. I hope you have him in your side, mate. Who's the next best cheapie downgrade? There's not many, Kane. Unfortunately, this is not a cheapies week. Guys like Sloan are your best. Perham, the best as well. Since Warbrick is now starting, will you be? Yeah, we spoke about that. Using 2 trades. Yep, I will be. Again, unfortunately. Matty Anderson, our private group winner. Well done. So private group highest score this week. Best ranker, I should say. Bloor and Egan Butcher goes for me to Sloan and Centre under 550. Yeah, heaps of those options, guys. Is Tass still under 550? He could be a good one as well. Isaac Thompson, we'll speak about him as well. He's a clear hold. He went well on the weekend. He'll start making cash again. Good way to keep going with him. Can use someone that has a buy as a loop. Definitely you can, Patrick. Pop him in the 4 position. And a guy that you'll have early in the week that you're not too sure on, put him in the 5. if he goes well, keep the 4 position buy guy there, and he will get his spot. What are your thoughts on Doueihi to SJ and Doueihi to Lemuelu? I think that is great. New Zealand snipes. I've got Butcher and Drinkwater to trade out, but also Doueihi. I've had so many issues, which is why I kept Drinky, but thinking maybe keep one of the outs for a loop option. Butcher and Drinkwater. You go Butcher and Doueihi. If you want to hold Drinkwater and you think he's going to be fine long term, then it's okay. But I think trading him is good as well. Drinkwater and Butcher, both good trades. There's plenty enough cash. You can leave Doueihi in there as a watch over the next few weeks and make your decisions from there. Randall, I just think is a little bit expensive. He didn't score that well last week. I was definitely looking into him, but it feels like 450k. I'd look to it, but I still think Mitch Kenny probably will score just as good for a cheaper price. Butcher and Walker gives me 1.3 mil to play with. I have Ilias and Cleary in the halves. Who would you suggest to bring in? I think you can get another gun in the halves. Is that Sammy Walker? If you got Sammy Walker, Brendan, I would hold him because I think he's going to be a good secondary gun in that halves position. Mitch and Doueihi for Cartwright and Preston. I think Cartwright's okay. You definitely need to get Preston in. He's clearly got the spot. But yeah, should I bring in Walsh? Boo Boo says yes, for sure. If you've got enough people that you could trade out at that kind of price point. Trading Egan, Cod to Haas and Katoa, bad trade. Eli Katoa? No, I think he's still just okay to bring in. Jack, I just spoke about Doueihi earlier, so come back and check that video. Once I've posted this, I spoke in depth about Doueihi a few times in this section already. Junior to Tupo, pick up? I don't think so. Jamie, thoughts on trading? Rocco Strawberry, welcome back. Trading Egan Butcher, Mitch Barnett to Turbo and Eli Katoa. Mitch Barnett should be playing, man. He's named, isn't he? Let me know if he's not. Is Cartwright an option to bring in? He's still okay. Again, probably only a couple of weeks though, because Lane will be back either next week or the week after. So I don't think 2 weeks is worth it. Doueihi's potentially a sell, as we spoke about. Which to a trade out to Egan Butcher, Doueihi or Doueihi? Egan Butcher definitely first. Probably Doueihi next, for sure. Will he get 2 weeks for fighting his charge? He should do, yeah. And then just Peasant will come back. When's a good time to target Turbo? Now, if you want to target him. It's good. He looked amazing. I love watching him play. He's my new favorite with Pat being out. So anything on Patreon about Cotter? Probably later, Jack. So I'll find out a bit more. I didn't know anything. I thought he was going to be fine. He did play limited minutes on the weekend though, so that's probably why now. He's carrying a bit of an injury. Johnson or Moses? I'd pick Johnson first, personally. Moses is going to be good. I'm going to make Johnson so highly owned. This is annoying. Is Leoro to Preston a good trade? I think Preston will score a little bit more. I think Leoro will be better this game, so I think he's a hold. If you need to trade him, okay, but yeah. Cam Murray is a hold, definitely, Bryce. He should be getting huge minutes again this week with all their middles out. Totola's out. Shaq Mitchell play big minutes. He's out as well. They got hosts to come back and play on the edge. Jai Arrow's out again this week, so hold him there. Should I get Hines and Preston or Turbo and SJ? Preston's a must-have, man. Get him in now. So if you want to go that one, or you want to go cheaper and Turbo or SJ instead of Hines, that's okay. Hines, I think we can wait a couple of weeks, guys, with their buy in round 6. Just hold off on him. Egan Butcher and Doueihi to SJ and Lemuelu. Yep, that's solid. 10.6, 18 value, good with no Cardi. Yeah, Freaking Miles, that's solid. You want to get that up at over 11 million as quick as possible. Tanner Boyd is a hold. Deacon Fox. Okay, what else we got? Let's go back a little bit. Pump through these questions, actually. So Barnett must be out, is he? Reggie? Can everyone just confirm that? We can definitely hold Trindle another week, Dwayne. Got Doueihi and Butcher. Should I go both of them to Turbo and SJ? If you want to, man. I think Talau is a good one to get out of your side as well at that cheap price. Doesn't look like he'll be scoring well for anyone. You probably want a little bit of cover. Doueihi did a knee injury. Surprised he's been named, actually. So, Turbo captain this week. Look, you could. I'm not super excited by that one, but he's definitely someone that could do a great job. He did look great last week, but is he going to... How good's the internet, eh? Just got off my Wi-Fi. Hopefully that stays good again. Again, big thanks for everyone being here. 35 minutes in, and we've still got 244 of you. So I appreciate. Yeah, what do we do with BMM? Tommy, I wouldn't bring in Chester, Noah, this week. He's got 2 weeks to go, so don't do that. Team lists are out. Yeah, that's why we're talking about it, Brendan. Yeah, Lemo at least got 7 in round 2, so that wasn't nice at all. I was definitely 30. Okay. Cool. That's fine. But yeah, guys like Hammer are going to slow down with their price rises as well. All right, where do we go? Let's go back down to the bottom for some more questions. Boyd's a hold, I think, if you want to. Warbrick's a hold as well this week. I'm going to play Warbrick and hope for a better one against the Tigers, but there's every chance that he doesn't get ball again. Mitch, Kenny, or Lemuelu. Lemuelu if you need the centre. Kenny if you want the backup hooker. Leora to Hudson Young and Tamari Martin to Khan. Hold Tamari Martin. I wouldn't be trading him to Khan, man. Don't do that. Doueihi and Butcher to Johnson and Bird. Yep, lock in. Boyd to Wakeham. Don't trade Wakeham in. There's every chance that changes, with this Tigers outfit. Trying to avoid all the Tigers players at the moment, that's for sure. Smith Shields, hold or trade. Warbrick and Doueihi to Bird and Johnson. Good, yeah, we spoke. Wow. Warbrick to Bird and Johnson? Wow. Preston must have, man. Renault or SJ? Renault will be more consistent. Worth risking hooker cover to get Haas. Yeah, sure. Caro playing this week against Panthers. He sure is. Spoke about that. Reynolds over SJ. Just Thompson and Cardi. Both of those guys I've spoken about. Thompson's a clear hold, and Cardi is a clear hold. I wouldn't buy him. Appy Coruscant, trade him out, I would suggest. Play Doueihi, Harley Smith Shields, Warbrick, Katoa, or BMM. Ugh, it's not very nice, is it? Isaiah Katoa, Harley Smith Shields, Warbrick, maybe. Obviously, played pretty poor last week. He got 30-30, let's be honest. Going to captain Harry Grant instead of Cleary. Yep, good idea. He's a good option as well this week. Thoughts on Grant? Let's see, seems to play so consistent. Yeah, last few weeks he's been awesome to start this season. So he's been great there. Will you be playing any cheapers on your bench like BMM or something like that? Hopefully not. I won't be, Tyler, with the trades I'm going to make. That's the plan, is to not do that, especially if I trade out someone like a Talau. If I can do that, that would be cool. And continue to make some good cash in my side and not have any dead weight sitting there. Eli Katoa, not a must-have. Probably a little bit late on Katoa. He's still an okay bring-in, but not super excited on him. Leo Thompson, he's someone that I think he's going to have a good little stretch of games here. He's pretty expensive now, though. Isn't he like 480 or something like that, Leo Thompson? That's a slight worry for sure. Hamish says he's got 270 in the bank and have to get rid of Doueihi and Wishart. Okay. Wishart, yeah, that's not good. If you go Wishart straight to a gun, wing, fullback, or centre, I think you can get, 500k or so, 530, 550 out of that. You can get the hammers, you can get these types of players there. What else we got down here? Any upside in Kohler? I do like Kohler. He's going to score a try at some point and get 50 or 60. That might come this week. That might not. But they have a few tougher games as well. Okay, Talau or Butt? Thank you, Maddie. Who's Butt? Captain Murray, Grant, Cleary, Hopgood, or Haas. I'd avoid Hopgood. I think he's going to do fine. But with Madison back, he could take some minutes from him there. Haas is going to be good. Murray's going to be good. Grant and Cleary. All flip a coin with those guys. All right, we'll go for a few more minutes, team. We're starting to lose a few of yous with a lot of the same questions being answered. So again, thank you so much for being here. Freaky Miles, thanks for your help, you sexy man. Liking the Mo, guys. Pretty shit, eh? Who are some of the good wing fullback options? Sloan, Walsh, Hammer, Turbo. All the way up there. Yeah, Turbo's a buy, man. Butcher, phone send a message without permission as but. Yeah, lovely. Butcher out. That's fine. Connor's out 2 to 4 weeks. Whew, Boogeyman, thank you for that help and not spamming this time. You're a good man. Who's the biggest trade out? Talau, Egan, Blore. Definitely Talau. Egan Butcher is fine. Like, he's just not going to score super well. He might have a game where he kills it, but that mid-30s is what we're going to expect from him. Drinkwater to Walsh, do it. Kohler, Lemuelu, Perham, Sloan. Yep. Bird or Turbo to trade in. Or Turbo, I think, has the upside and will score similarly, but he is a little bit more expensive. Doueihi to Grant, Egan Butcher to Hammer. Yeah, lock it in, Lockie Rathburn. Lawson, do not spam, please. Doueihi and Butcher to Johnson and Bird. Yeah, already answered that, didn't I? Yep. Nick Meaney will do well against Tigers this week. He probably will, that's for sure. The 2 trade outs of Doueihi, Butcher, and Talau. Doueihi, Butcher, Talau. Doueihi, Butcher, Talau. Butcher and Talau, clearly. I think you can hold Doueihi one more week, guys. That would be fine. Lemuelu first, and then Bird after 3 weeks. Yeah, definitely could have been the play. Egan Butch plus BMM to Kenny and Sloan. I think that's going to be solid for sure. Keep Moses. Mbai or Mitchell? Mitchell, definitely. He's been killing it. Not sure if you saw the early question. Just wondering on Talau to Sloan and Butcher to Tommy Turbo, just the one trade. Talau to Sloan, Butcher. Yeah, lock it in, Matty. That's good. You've got the extra cash in hand. Do that for sure. Can I make cash out of Crossland? No, he's on the bench again, man. Don't do it. Moses Deste, good trade. Don't trade Mitchell Moses, please. He's killing it. He's got a tough run of games, and he's averaging like over in the mid-50s. Silly. Don't do that. Is Isaac Thompson to Preston a good trade? Oh, surely you can get Preston another way. Isaac Thompson's good for cover in that centre and that wing fullback, so don't do that. Do it SJ Solid is something I'm thinking about this week. What are your thoughts on the trade from Doueihi to Cartwright? Yeah, but Lane's going to be back in the next couple of weeks, man. Round 5 or round 6 for Lane. So round 6 most likely, so you'd get 2 weeks out of Cartwright. In that one, Robson to Grant, don't do it. Egan Butcher to Bird. Yep. Hey, JB, love the content, mate. Thank you, T-Banger. I appreciate all of you guys. All right, last couple of questions. Egan Butcher and Adam Doueihi to Preston and Robson. Yep. Jamie was up 115 going into the last game. My opponent needed Tomoko and Trindle to go off, and I lost. Oh, ow. Matt Tomoko, you shouldn't be worried about him getting a 60-odd. Oh, that's tough. Is it worth trading Boyd for Connolly if he can improve my centres? Yep. Completely fine. Luca, I will make you cry if you keep spamming. Thanks, David. We don't want anyone crying, but we don't want any spamming, that's for sure. Can I wait a week for Sloan? Probably not. Like if unless he comes out and goes poor this week, and then you probably not get that excited to trade him in anyway. Cleary for captain. Yep, I think you can. Eels have been letting in a fair few points, but it was also the Eels and playing up against the Panthers. They usually go pretty well in terms of it's a close game and lower scoring. Yeah, so Phil Warbrick going to bag a hat trick just annoy your coaches. I am 100% playing Warbrick this week. I'm not trading him out to then him come out and do that. He can't get 13 again, surely. That was it was an off game. He went 30-30 without doing anything. Surely he can get 30 at a minimum this week as well. Going to captain Isaac Katoa. Hell yeah. Yeah, Grant captain. He'll be a good one this week for sure. I definitely would push that out. After round 6, positional changes. Callum, best centre replacement for Suali'i. Hold Suali'i. Just get someone else and hold Joseph Suali'i. Warbrick or Trindle last interchange spot? Ooh, good question. Warbrick or Trindle last interchange spot? Warbrick, go for it. Take the risk. Trindle could come on and play 20 minutes. He could play a 0. If Warbrick can't score against the Tigers, something's wrong. Yeah, but they're not giving him the ball, man, so it's not really his fault. He had a bit of a bad one in defence, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. Thoughts on Jackson Paulo after the bye? I think or Jackson Barlow, as they say, Jackson Barlow with a P. I still struggle to say it, though. I'll give him that. Yeah, definitely an option, but he is pretty expensive, man, now, after that big game. M. Croker worth a look in. Yeah. Butcher and Tedesco. You want to want Tedesco eventually, so can you trade someone else for sure? What's with the numbers, Aman? Don't need that. Thank you for attracting. Butcher and Talata, Preston and Sloan. Yep. Cool. I think we're good, guys. How good was that? That was heaps of fun. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate all of yous in this one. Tommy Tembo is a buy. Murray, good captain. AD, you can get anyone at 930k. Awesome. Upgrading from Carrigan to Haas. No, Carrigan's been the buy of the season, so don't do that. But you guys are all legends. I thank you very much. Oh, Jack said holding Suali'i, but I mean, who was the best centre to bring in to Philly's spot this week? Oh, Bird, Lemuelu, Hammer, these types of guys. Thanks, Rocco. Thanks, Luca. I've already answered that a lot. Thanks, Brendan. Appreciate all you guys. Have a cracker and go back and watch this if you missed the start. I'd appreciate you going back and watching all of this. It's 44 minutes of gold, 250 of you here. Thank you very much. Have a delightful day. If you have any more questions, just jump in the YouTube comments or get in the private group. That'll be hectic. See you guys. Have a good one.